pan-seared steak served with sautéed mushroom. Dinner in less than 20 minutes. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. If you're new here, welcome. This is Minastic Moments. You haven't made a mistake by clicking on that button to watch my content. By the way, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Please go a step further and just subscribe. Saves you a whole lot of stress. Also ensures that you're reminded every time I drop new sizzling content. The notification bell, please. Let's just get into the business of the day. And if I'm rushing, I'm really sorry, but I am salivating. Today's recipe has got me salivating. Steak does that to me every time. Steak and lamb chops. Me not behave. Right, so I know I didn't say this, but I've been uploading shots every Friday, so please be sure to check out my shots. And I've also got a theme going. So February, for the month of February, all of my shots were literally dessert recipes. So browse through my channel. It's just 1 minute long, but I promise you it's loaded with a whole lot of goodness. Now, the theme for March, or the recipe for March, I would say, for my YouTube shorts would be healthy and clean eating. So I will be uploading some really nice and healthy recipes. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled and glued on my channel. And for those of you that have already dropped comments asking me to prepare some particular recipes, I've got you. Be sure to keep your eyes peeled, because I'll certainly be obliging all of your requests. Right, today's recipe is going to be pan-seared steak, but I've got a secret level that the steak has to go through to come out all juicy, yummy and nice. Guys, I'm not even joking. I'm proper salivating. It's not funny. Now we're going to be having the steak with sautéed mushrooms. So mushroom served in creamy garlic butter sauce. Now we're heating the pan and we're going into cooking. So come with me, let's get to cooking. If I hadn't mentioned it and you haven't already, please subscribe, please like, please comment, please share, and above all, please show me some love by coming back to my channel. Alright, so I had to take the steak out from the fridge and left it on the countertop for about 2 hours. Now what I'm just trying to do is use a paper towel to just dab. I don't want the body of the steak to be wet. I need to get as much moisture as I can get out from the steak. Now this step is actually very important. You don't want your steak sweating at all. Now I'm using braised steak, but you can use whatever steak you prefer, by the way. Now let's go on to put together our seasoning. So for this we will be using a teaspoon of ground white pepper, a teaspoon of ground black pepper, some garlic salt, and I like to use a little bit of seasoning, so I used half a teaspoon of no aromat. Now this seasoning that I've put together is enough for 2 steak. Now what I'm doing right now is just gently using my fingertips to massage the seasoning on the steak. Now you don't want to press too hard and indent your steak. Actually the steak is such, I would say it is such a, what's the word I'm looking for? It is so delicate, I would say. So you don't want to overwork it at all, but be sure to cover every surface area of the steak with all of the seasoning. Right, that's all. That's the rest of the seasoning. We're going to use it for our mushrooms now. I've got my mushrooms. Now for this we need mushrooms, we need butter, we need some garlic. Now we have the rest of the ingredients from putting together the steak. Now I've got some chili flakes, some paprika, and some seasoning. I've also got some chopped parsley, some double cream, and chicken broth. Now I've heated this pan up, so I've just put the sticks of butter in, and I'm just adding a little bit of olive oil, because when you add olive oil to butter, it helps the butter not to burn. Next, I'm just going in with my mushrooms. Now what you want to do is ensure that the mushrooms and the butter / olive oil is well married together. So I'm going in with my kitchen tongue because that's the best tool to use for this. Now I'm just stirring just to ensure that every last bit of mushroom has got a little bit of that olive oil and butter melt into it. Now all I'm just doing is just taking the time to stir. I'm trying not to break my mushrooms in the process, by the way. Back with my wooden spoon, and all I'm doing is just stirring, really. This recipe requires a whole lot of stirring, I must warn you, by the way. Okay, looks like we are getting somewhere. Next, I'm going to add my minced garlic. So I've chopped this garlic really fine. Now I had to smash first before chopping. Next, I'm going in with my seasoning mix. Now remember, I said that I had a little bit of the mix that I used for the steak. I also added some chili flakes. That's optional, by the way. I added some seasoning, which I feel is very important. I also added a little bit of garlic salt, I think. All right, next I'm just going in with my chicken stock. Next I'm going in with my chopped parsley, and next I'm just going to mix. Now the total cooking time for this, I think it was about 10 minutes. I didn't time myself, but I think in the future I'd have to time myself so that I could give you guys the full tea on how much it takes me to cook. Now I'm just going in with my double cream. You could use heavy whipping. You can use heavy cream if you so prefer. Now I'm just going in with some more ground black pepper. I must say, if your tolerance for spicy food is not very high, then you don't need to add some more black pepper. That is ready. It's time for steak. Now I'm just going in with some olive oil. Now I had to heat the pan first, and I heat the oil for up to 4 minutes. So I think there was a sizzling sound. I don't know if I took the sound off, but you need to hear that sizzling sound. And now I'm just cooking the steak. So I've cooked both sides for 2 minutes. You could go 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but no more, no less. Now you want to go in with some smashed garlic, with some butter cubes and some rosemary leaves. This would make your house smell so nice, and the taste, I'm actually salivating right now. The taste it gives the steak is next to none. Now I'm cooking both sides again for another 2 to 3 minutes. Now this is a large surface of steak, so I need to take my time to cook this. I like my steak well done, by the way. Now I'm going to take that off. Next, it's time to go through the same process and make the second steak. Now if you realize, I had a really large steak and one that's medium sized, I would say. The medium sized one is for me, by the way. I couldn't finish that large steak by myself. Now I'm just going in again with my smashed garlic cloves. You could use grated garlic if you so prefer, and also my rosemary leaves. Rosemary leaves is very important. Butter, garlic is they're all important when you're making steak. And also the pan you use is also very important as well. This is a non-stick pan, by the way, and that's what you need. Now the steak is ready on this level, but because I want it well done, I'm just popping it into the oven for 5 more minutes. And there you have it, guys. This is well done. Now this doesn't look like it's got too much juice on it, which is fine, because remember, we already have creamy garlic butter mushroom waiting just to be added to this. So you don't want this overly oily, for lack of a better word. There you have it, and the creme de la creme on top, the icing, the sugar, the honey, the Now tell me you haven't enjoyed watching this. honestly speaking, looking at it right now, I'm actually licking my screen. Even though I'm doing a voiceover, I am licking my screen. But this tastes so amazing. Thank you for watching. Bye.